Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Alta Auto Group and we're going to take a look at their 2022 BMW M3 Competition. So massive shout out to them for providing this performance-oriented sedan for me today. Check out their website because they have a ton of awesome pre-owned inventory. That link is down in the description. The M3 Competition that you see behind me is finished off in a very unique Sao Paulo Yellow, and it has a starting MSRP right around $76,000. And to start off today's review, let's take a look at what powers this M3 Competition. Underneath the hood is the 3-liter twin-power turbo inline 6-cylinder engine. This is paired to the 8-speed M Sport automatic transmission, and it pumps out 503 horsepower around 6,200 RPM and 479 pound-feet of torque around 2,700 RPM. That power is sent to the rear wheels. This weighs in right around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in as low as 3.4 seconds, up to its top speed of 180 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 15.6 gallons. You'll expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 112.5 inches. Its overall length is 189.1. It has a width of 74.3 and a height of 56.4 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling for this M3 Competition, let's start off with the kidney design for the grille, finished off in gloss black. Personally, I think it looks great on the M cars. I love all the lines surrounding them, and they even protrude into the hood with all these lines coming down the middle just to tie it in nicely and give it a great look. Now, this has a forward-facing camera right in the middle of that grille, along with all the parking sensors. All of the mesh in the lower section is finished off in gloss black. There is plenty of cooling to this engine through the grille and those pieces. This even has air inlets on the far corners of the bumper just to provide better aerodynamics. Those corners are finished off in gloss black to give it a little bit more trim accents against this exterior color. And this even has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. I love the design for the DRL. It has that C-shaped design to it. There's even blue accents within the headlight housings. As you'll see later, that is a great touch to have, especially for this spec. As we move on to the side now, this has a staggered set of wheels. They're 19 by 9.5 up front, 20 by 10.5 in the rear, and this model has these standard compound brakes. Those will be finished off in blue, red, or black. You can also opt for carbon ceramics, which are gold. But I love the multi-spoke design that they have. There's even the M3 Competition on a trim piece just behind that. This has body-colored side mirrors with a camera and the integrated turn signal, and the M3s come standard with the carbon fiber roof, which is a great accent. All of the window trim is blacked out too, and I love the line in the lower section of the door. It just gives it a great design for this side. There's more gloss black in the lower side skirt. It even makes its way to the lower section of that rear bumper. And then finishing up for the rear for this M3 Competition, this has a small trunk lip spoiler finished off in that body colored. This has LED taillights. There's a backup camera with all the parking sensors, more gloss black in the lower diffuser with the quad dual exit exhaust, and some more gloss black on the sides with the reflectors. It gives it a great look. I absolutely love this spec for the M3. Now let's move on to the rear cargo, where you can use the button just to the left of the backup camera, or I can hold on this button. As this has the power operated trunk, it will open up. And for a family sedan, this has a great amount of space, even with the back seats up. Over on the driver's side, there is a net with a little bit of storage. Same with over on the passenger side. And you can fold these back seats down. So there's a tab on both sides to release those seats. And once those are folded down, that gives you a lot more interior storage for any items you'd like to place. So if this is your daily driver, it's practical for backseat passengers or for rear storage, which is great to see, especially for the performance of this. Now on the left side, we can just close this. The one on the right will close and lock the vehicle. So that is even more convenient to have, especially if you're in and out of the back all the time. And now as we move on to these back seats, you can lock and unlock the vehicle from the back door handles. As you could tell, with the beeping, with the proximity key, it will lock and unlock depending on your distance. And this is what I wanted to talk about with this particular model, is this blue leather interior. It's an interesting color combo with this exterior, but I think it works well. Very vibrant and a bold color combo. But on this door panel, everything is leather. There's even the color match stitching, brushed aluminum on that release handle. This has the Harman Kardon sound system. It even has the interior ambient lighting package, a little bit of storage in the lower section of that door, but it's a fantastic spec. I'm 5'10". It's time to hop into these back seats now, where I do have the front seat set at my height, so I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs. Right in the middle are 2 air vents along with the climate control. So there's the temperature adjustments, where you'd like the air to go, even 2 USB-Cs. So that way your backseat passengers can charge electronics. Now right in the middle, if I pull on this, I can actually pull down the entire center seat. So there is no armrest, but you could use this as an armrest if you needed to, and to gain access into the trunk space there. So with the 40-20-40 split, it is very versatile. And then in the headrest, there's even the exterior color within that, giving it a really cool design. And then the BMW colors are stitched on the seat belt, which all of the M cars will have. So with the back seats wrapped up, before we move on to the front seats, this M3 does have remote start, which you can turn on and off. In order to activate it, I just need a triple tap on the lock button, and it will automatically start up, which is a really cool feature to have. And it sounds good too. We'll get some more exhaust clips here later in today's video. If you want to shut it off, you can simply just triple tap on that button again. And then with it off, I'll just push on the unlock button, or you can use the door handle like I mentioned earlier. And the front door panel is just like the rear, with the addition of all the window controls, the side mirror adjustments, the trunk release, and a little bit more storage in the lower section. Now these front seats have a great design to them with the two-tone insert, which the rear ones did have a little bit more of that exterior color running down the insert. And these are automatic seats with the exception of the front. This is manual adjusting, so that way you can get a little bit more comfortable if you need to. M3 Competition is also down on the door sill. And now working our way to these front seats, it's a low door sill. You do have to step over and down to hop into this vehicle. And this does have these standard seats for it. You can get the optional carbon buckets if you'd like to. Now the steering wheel is finished off in solid black leather with the BMW color stitched on the inside. This is a heated steering wheel. On this left side is all the cruise control settings. Right side is volume and tuning along with Bluetooth and voice commands. This has steering wheel mounted paddle shifters finished off in brushed aluminum. And then the red M1 and red M2 buttons are for the different driving modes. So you can configure these using that center screen, which I'll come back to. But let's fire this back up. With my foot on the brake, that red engine start stop button is located by the shifter, and we can bring this back to life. And looking at the digital gauge cluster, on the left side is the fuel gauge and the miles per hour. On the right side is the tach, the engine temperature. You can see the outside temperature along with what gear you're in, and the navigation is shown right in the middle, which is fixed, which is great to have that. Now you can go through some more information using that top button on the turn signal stalk. So right now it's showing PSI as well as the temperature for the tires. If I push on it once, there's some vitals to look at. You can even pull up live readouts for the horsepower and torque. So if I give the vehicle some gas, you can see those adjust. There's a G-force meter along with your audio, and then there's the different driving modes. So this is what the vehicle is currently set up for. And again, you can change it using M1 and M2, which is great to have. And then you can see what gear the vehicle is into, along with a live readout for the MPG and a few more vitals right there. So it's great to have that information. It's not too configurable, but it gives you everything that you need to see. Over on this left side is all the headlight adjustments along with a dimmer switch for the gauges. There's also a small compartment where you could place items if you need to. More of that interior ambient lighting. As you can tell right now, it is green and you can change that if you'd like to. There's brushed aluminum on that release handle. This even has the heads-up display. Currently it's showing miles per hour along with the speed limit sign, and you can even change that using this M mode button down below. Not only will it change the gauge cluster to where now you can see more of a sporty design with the tachs on both sides and what gear you're in is right in the middle, but it also changes the heads-up display, and I think you can see on camera the entire tach along with miles per hour. It will also show you what gear you're in. So if you're doing some spirited driving, you don't have to look down in order to see that. Now, right in the middle is this massive touchscreen system where it's already on the camera system. So let's talk about that. This has the backup camera. The top-down view is over on that right side. And if I swipe over, we can even go into the 3D view where you can see around this entire vehicle. It also has the gesture control, so you can use your hand or you can use this diagram and you can see exactly what's around this entire car. Very awesome to be able to see that. And this has the car wash setting or the top-down view. You can use that to pull into a car wash or a parking space if you need to. This also has the automatic parking, so the parking assist along with the backup assistance, which is great to have. And then if I push on the home dial now, you will see the navigation along with media and phone. I can swipe over to all the different driving setups, look at engine data, tire data, and you even have your fuel, traffic, and the compass. On this left side, this is all fixed information. So you can go into your radio, go into your phone, even pull up the navigation in more of a full screen. The last one here is for car. So you can go into a lot more information, look at your vehicle status. Going into the M menu is how you can configure M1 and M2. So this is how it's currently set up for M1, and you can go through your braking, steering, chassis, transmission. It is very configurable. So you can have those set up and ready to go. Simply just push on the button and you are ready to go. Now, if we go back into car, you can go into the vehicle status, go into your settings, or you can look at your climate adjustments, the interior lighting. This is also how you can control the engine start stop feature. You can go through some general information. You can also use the dial down below, as you just saw, to go through all of that info. There are shortcuts to map and navigation, home, media, and phone, and then that dial, as you already saw. If I go all the way back now, over on this left side, the last one is for apps. So this does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with some of the other apps that you can go into, just depending on what you use the most. So it has everything that you need to drive this on a daily basis. There's more brushed aluminum going all the way to the passenger side with 2 air vents right in the middle. And then right in the middle of those is another LCD screen for all the climate controls. All of those are finished off in brushed aluminum. Fan speed is right in the middle, where you'd like the air to go. And then the temperature adjustments are on the far sides for the dual system. This even has a shortcut to the intelligent safety. So if I go into configure that, this has the lane collision, lane departure, active blind spot. Really nice shortcut to have that. And then below that is power and volume for the radio, all of the presets. Tuning is on that far right side. And there's a cool trim piece right in the middle. Now, if I open this up, it reveals 2 cup holders, a USB, a 12 volt, and there's a wireless charging pad in the back section. Perfect placement for your phone, especially if you're taking this on some twisty roads. To the left side of all those controls for the center infotainment system is the gear shifter. It's finished off in leather, more of those BMW colors. In order to put this into drive, simply just pop it over to the right. If you do that again, that goes into sport mode, which allows you to use these paddle shifters. Reverse is going to be over and to the left, and it will hold for reverse. And then park is going to be right back in the middle where neutral is, and then park is on the back section. You can also further adjust the transmission and how quickly or slowly it shifts with these 3 buttons here. So there's 3 different settings. And then on this left side is traction control, as well as a shortcut to the camera system. You can also gain access to the forward-facing camera too. There's the parking sensors, the engine start stop feature, the M mode button, which I previously showed. There's also setup and the exhaust note that you can change, along with auto hold assist and the electronic parking brake. And then a cool M3 Competition badge is just to the right of that. Now, right in the middle, we have more of that blue leather, and we have a good amount of storage space in the center armrest with a USB-C, so you can charge your electronics if you need to. And then the glove box has an ample amount of room for all of that information. I can't get over the 2-tone color. Matches nicely with the exterior. Definitely a very cool spec. Now, with the full carbon fiber roof, there's no sunroof or anything. You do have the dome lights, obviously. And then 2 of the dome lights are up in the middle, and there's a few call buttons just behind that. As we set off in this BMW M3 Competition now, I've been able to drive the regular M3 with the 6-speed manual. The Competition only comes with the 8-speed. So it's pretty cool that you have 2 different options, just depending on the transmission that you go with. Now, the Competition does have more horsepower, but you do get the manual in the non-Competition. So I think it's pretty cool. For a sedan like this is something that you can absolutely daily drive. You can have a fun, performance-oriented sedan that you can fit your family in. If you have kids, you have the backseat room, plenty of room in that back storage area, which is great. So I love how versatile this car is. And then one thing that I also noticed too that I didn't talk about, these are heated and ventilated seats. Now, there's only 1 button on both sides. If you push on that in the center screen, it will pop up heated seat or ventilated seat. So you can actually control what you'd like that button to be. But aside from that, we're going to pop it into the manual setting. I have the M mode. So there's that large tack front and center. And this is going to be a fun vehicle to drive. I've had a lot of seat time behind the wheel of the M4. I've been in the M3. I've been in this M3 now. And I love how BMW drives. So we're going to give it a little bit of gas from 2nd gear. And mild acceleration, we're up to speed. These are quick. This is the ultimate family sedan, if you want to call it that. And I know I've had a lot of people tell me that this is not a family vehicle. if you want a sports car but you need back seats, this is absolutely a family vehicle. You can fit all of your friends in here. You can fit a lot of things in the back, and you have the ultimate driving machine. Now the M4 that we had for a week, we were able to take that to the mountains and it handled incredibly well. So I couldn't imagine taking the four-door version out to the mountains. Man, this has so much more potential. If you want to see us ripping on the M4 because we were able to do that, check out those videos. The potential for this M3, as far as tuning it, you have so much that you could do. If that's something that you're interested in, if you're buying this BMW M3 Competition, I would assume you want to do some things to it. Maybe make that exhaust note a little bit louder. It is pretty quiet, so that's an easy fix if you want it louder, but it is nice that you can tone it down if you just want to drive this. You know, you're running some errands, you're just going from point A to point B. You want to have fun going from point A to point B, but you might just want to relax, tone everything down. It has the best blend of everything. And these shifts are so quick. Now, I've said in previous BMW videos how you can adjust the transmission. I wasn't sure why you would really want to do that, but after driving them more and more, I can see toning it down, because if I have it in normal automatic mode and I have the transmission shifting in the quickest shifting setting, it can get a little bit annoying if you're just driving stop and go. You know, you're going from light to light and there's some heavy traffic. It kind of winds out the gears just a little bit more. Now, obviously you would want that for more performance driving, but driving around town, I have found it to be nice to just put it in setting 1 and it just drives like a normal automatic. I just pop it back into 3 and it gets crisper, it gets much faster too. So BMW definitely thinks of everything as far as if this is your only vehicle and what you want to drive. That doesn't get old. And now switching to the POV angle, you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this M3 Competition. I haven't really talked about how it drives. It's very comfortable and smooth. I have no complaints with that. And as we give it a little bit of gas here, just getting up to the speed limit, not even quarter throttle. This has so much potential. It is definitely a fun driving vehicle. And personally, I would go with the manual just because I think it's cool to have a manual sedan, but this automatic is very, very quick. You certainly can't shift this fast with the manual transmission, but I would have a blast with this. The M4 Comp that we had the automatic, and you can just rip through the mountains. Very, very fun. But this is a comfortable driving vehicle. It's very quiet. It's what you would expect from BMW. And as far as visibility goes from the driver's seat, I'm going to start off with the mirror design. I think that's a cool floating style to it that it has in the upper section. The mirrors will fold down when you put the vehicle into reverse. And then a quick glance over the shoulder. Very easy to see over that side. Same with over the left shoulder there. A lot of glass, so it feels very open for this interior. And I love all the tech. There's really nothing that I don't like about this car, and I've been able to drive a lot of BMWs. They're all fairly similar on the interior, but for the price, you're getting a highly performance-oriented sedan with all the tech that you need to make this the ultimate daily driver. And I love this color combo. Definitely a unique spec. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of this 2022 BMW M3 Competition. Once again, massive shout out to Alta Auto Group. Check out their website. They have a ton of awesome pre-owned inventory. That link is down below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.